Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good day. So in this video I'm going to explain and about chapter 2 for FIN420 account receivable and inventory management. Okay, so let me go to the account receivable. What you mean by account receivable? For the account receivable, okay, we normally will a company will receive account receivable when it sell good on credit. Okay, so the account receivable will place in the balance sheet of the company, specifically in the current asset. Okay, so for the account receivable management, refer to outstanding amount owed to a firm by its customer as a result of the credit sale. Okay, so the for the account receivable management, the credit policy, we go to the credit policy again. When what it mean by account receivable? Sorry, account receivable is where the company sell good on credit, so it will have the account receivable. Okay, the account receivable, it can be the sale of credit. The buyer could buy or could pay, okay, within 1 month, 3 month, 1 month, 2 months, 6 month, 4 month, and so on. Good. So before a company can grant this or allow this term credit, okay, there are several credit policy that the company should follow. Okay, so account receivable management that involve with credit standard, credit term, and collection policy. So in overall, okay, before company want to, or before company allow its buyer to buy good on credit, okay, the company, your company, let's say your company wants sell good to company Nestle. This is on the example. Your company wants sell good, sell several item to company Y. So this is your company. Okay, this is your company, and then you want to sell good. You sell good to company A, B, C, and ABC will buy. So at this term, ABC is the buyer, and your company is the seller. And ABC, okay, will buy good with your company in terms of credit. So you are doing the credit sale, and ABC promised, okay, to pay to you within 90 days, which is 3 month credit. Okay, so it is said that for your company, before you should allow another company to pay on credit, okay, there are several things that you need to assess, which is one of it is the credit standard, credit terms, and collection policy. Okay, so it involves that what are the criteria for this buyer? For example, what are the criteria for ABC should have, okay, in order to allow them to have credit term for the 3 month? Okay, there are several credit evaluation that you need to do, and one of it you will evaluate based on its liquidity. Okay, liquidity, which is in ratio analysis. Specifically, we evaluate it based on current ratio and quick ratio, acid test ratio. Okay, so the credit terms, there are several credit terms and collection policy. So these two we will discuss for next slide. Okay, so it provides service to customers, smooth out sales, and attract more sales. So why the company should allow for the credit sales? Okay, it is not enough for the company just sell good on cash. Okay, because one of the reason why company allow credit sales, because they want to attract more sales, because they are not all company prefer to buy good on cash. Okay, so now we go to the credit terms. So in here we have specific mention about the credit terms. Okay, so for credit terms, the credit term that involve in the account receivable management, such as the cash before delivery and cash in advance. So these two terms are similar, where the buyer need to pay, okay, before the good were delivered to them. Okay, and then we have the terms that we normally use for the buying and selling terms. We use a cash on delivery, COD. Ni yang selalu kita pakai, COD. The COD is a immediate cash payment, or some of the credit term that can be used is the net 30. The net 30 refer to the payment in full within 30 days. Let's say it said net 60. For the net 60, that means the payment should be made, okay, within 30 days. Within 60 days. This is net 60. Okay, 210 net 30. The 210 net 30, that's mean, okay, your buyer entitled for 2% discount if payment made with 10 days or payment in full within 30 days. So this example, okay, let's say your buyer buy good on credit and then promise to pay within 30 days. Okay, but then you give option or you give discount to your buyer with the code that 210 net 30. That mean if your buyer if your buyer pay within 10 days instead of 30, so he can receive 2% discount. Okay, but if the buyer pay on the 30th day, the buyer will not get this 2% discount. So these are the several credit terms that we use in the purchase of sale and purchase of good. Okay, so now we go to the collection policy. Okay, the collection policy. Okay, the collection policy, okay, refer to this example previously. So the buyer in here, the company B, promised to pay to your company within 3 months. Okay, 3-month credit. So, and then how you want to monitor whether this company pay on time or not. So what will you do? What will your company do if ABC not able to pay on the agreed date? Okay, so there are several collection policy that you can apply. These are the guidelines for violating collection policy. Number one is reminder. Okay, so you need to give reminder for the company ABC. Let's say the 3 month is the 90 days of payment. Okay, before it reach 90 days here, okay, in the 80 days, in year 80, you had give reminder, you should give reminder to company ABC. You mentioned that, okay, we would like to mention that your payment will be due on berapa hari bulan, berapa hari bulan. Okay, so please make the full payment on the mentioned date. Okay, so we will set up the reminder for our buyer or our debtor. And then the follow up. So the follow up letter or personal visit, this is the follow up. Follow up, let's say on the year 90, not the year, on the day 90, okay, you will mention again. You give a reminder again and follow up about your borrower yang dia tak bayar lagi. Okay, and then if it had beyond the agreed date or the agreed date, let's say after 90 days or 95 days, the company is not, the ABC company are not pay yet to you, so you need to follow up again. So for the follow up, normally we will give them several length day. Let's say you give them another 5 days to fulfill their payment, to make the full settlement. Okay, the last action that your company can do if you had done a reminder and follow up, and the ABC company, this ABC company which is your buyer, still not pay or do not fully paid your not fully paid the payment. So what can your company do? You can use attorney or collecting agent to collect for the cash. So the drastic agent, this is the last resort that your company or that the company will do, because normally what the company will apply is only a reminder and follow up. Okay, because when we apply or when we use a drastic action, like such we hire the lawyer or a collecting agent to collect for the payment to the company, uh, it will increase our cost, or it will involve with the other cost, the cost of settlement. Okay, akan meningkatkan kos kita lah. Macam tu. So seboleh-bolehnya, sebab itulah before not grant, before we allow our buyer, okay, to make a credit terms to us, so we need to evaluate them. Okay, let's say for ABC, it is allowable for ABC to make credit terms with us within 90 days. Okay, or actually the ABC ni, after you evaluate certain condition for the ABC company, you evaluate, you say that, oh, actually the ABC, we cannot allow them to pay within 90 days. They only allowable, okay, to do the credit purchase with our company only within 2 months or 60 days. Macam tu. So the first thing before you want to set up whether it is 90 days or 3-month credit or 6-month credit, you need to do some credit analysis for your prospect. Okay. Okay, now we go to the 5 6 of credit analysis. How we want to evaluate our prospect or our potential buyer. Okay, so the way to do the credit analysis is based on the 5C. Number one is the character. The character of the buyer is very important. The character, the commitment to meet the credit obligation. The character refer to the human qualities such as honesty, integrity, and morality. The previous one, you can evaluate based on the character of the company, whether the company previously pay on time or not. So you need to check the background of the company. Okay. Number two is the capacity. Capacity refer to the ability to pay. Okay. So let's say if the company promise to you to pay within 1 month, okay, saya nak beli secara hutang, saya akan bayar saya akan bayar dalam masa 1 bulan. But actually after you evaluate the company liquidity ratio, and then after you evaluate the company cash flow, you say that it is not strong enough for the company to pay within a month. Okay. Dia macam ni tak, kemampuan nak bayar tu lain, kesanggupan nak bayar tu lain. Okay, capacity refer to kemampuan untuk bayar. Walaupun orang tu sanggup untuk bayar dalam tempoh 1 bulan, tapi after you evaluate, it is that company is not able to pay, okay, the good based on in within a month, because of dia tak ada pun capacity, kemampuan nak bayar. Dia punya cash flow dia tak strong, liquidity dia pun tak strong. So instead of pay for 1 month, okay, you kata you suggest them to pay within 2 months or so on. So or otherwise, if you do not want to take a risk, tak payah langsung jual barang dengan dia. Macam tu. And then the third thing is the capital. The capital refer to the ability to meet the obligation from existing assets if necessary. This is referred to applicant net worth. Okay, so this is the capital. Capital, normally we look at the what are the assets that the company have. Okay, whether the company have more asset, and what kind of the asset the company have. If anything happen, okay, so if anything happen in terms of the payment, dia tak mampu nak bayar ke apa modal ataupun apa aset yang kita boleh gunakan, ambil aset tu. Okay, if you use this drastic action, this one, okay, kita ambil kan. So what are the asset that the company we can take for the company in order to pay to get back our cash. Okay. The fourth one is the collateral. Collateral refer to the security that underlies the finance. So the collateral it refer to the underlying item that they want to bond the agreement. Okay, so normally for after you evaluate the company with the less of capacity, ni capacity yang dia kata nak buat loan dalam masa nak buat credit purchase within 1 month. After you evaluate, you kata oh you tak boleh bayar 1 month, but then if the company provide with the collateral, dia kata okay, if I ABC company, for example we take this company ABC. So ABC company said that okay, if I cannot pay within 1 month, so you can take my asset. Okay, so this asset, let's say this machine, I use this machine as the collateral. They pledge dia tu. Ini bahasa senangnya kita kata sebagai cagaran lah. Kalau tak mampu nak bayar, dicagarkan dia punya machine tu, asset. So kalau tak mampu dah bayar sebulan, company tu bolehlah ambil asset dia. Macam tu. And then the last one is the condition. The condition refer to consideration of general of industrial economic condition external to the customer business affect the credit granting decision. The condition, this is referred to the situation. Normally we will refer to the economic condition of the company, whether the current situation, whether the current condition, it give benefit to the company or not. Okay, for example, bisnes dia sekarang ni dengan ekonomi sekarang ni, adakah berani untuk you bagi dia pinjaman jangka masa panjang ataupun tidak. Okay, so this is condition. So the condition we will look at whether the condition, the current condition adalah bagus untuk bisnes tersebut ataupun the current condition adalah tidak bagus untuk bisnes tersebut. Kalau condition bagus, economic condition is support with that business, okay, with the ABC company punya business, so you are freely or you akan rasa senang hati untuk bagi kredit yang tinggi kepada kita punya buyer tersebut. Or in otherwise, okay, if the current business, if the current economic condition is unfavorable with ABC company, so we will quite untuk rasa reluctant, rasa macam berat hati untuk bagi kredit, pembelian secara kredit kepada company tersebut. So these are the way to evaluate company. Okay, we call as the 5 C's of credit analysis. Okay, so now we go to the inventory management. So